Hi y'all, it's Tammy from Texas. Hello! I just wanted to say how much I enjoyed my trip to the UK. I loved everything. I loved the weather. It was cold, just like I like it. The food, I'd been warned that the food was going to be bland, and that was a lie. At least for me, I loved the food. I loved everything. I had rarebit and I had Marmite, and in fact I'm going through withdrawals, and so my friend Leanne that I stayed with, she got me this jar of Marmite to bring back, and it's just wonderful. And also I'm down to my last bag of Marmite crisp that she gave me, and I want to eat them so bad, but if I do, I won't have any left. But so right now I'm just staring at this bag that I want to dig into. So anyway, thank you, Leanne, for that and for everything. She actually took me to Dover Castle, and it was wonderful. I kept this little program, and she took me to Canterbury Tales, which was great. And so anyway, I've just been looking at all my souvenirs that I've brought back, and I actually have this hat for the warm weather, which I could wear that almost any day here in Texas, and I have my earmuffs for when it gets colder, and so I have this. I'm gonna look really great in the office, and I got me some little bracelets to wear, and I got an oven mitt to remind me of all y'all in the UK, and I got a pen. I brought back souvenir pens for everybody, so I'll pass those around. I have a week off before I go back to work, so anyway, I just wanted to tell y'all about this trip. It was mainly to go see Alison Moyet, because I had been tweeting to all of y'all, and she had mentioned that she was going on tour, and she didn't mention about coming to the States. So I thought, well, I need to do something about this. I need to see her while she's still performing, so what y'all might not know is before this trip, I'd never left my continent. I'd only traveled from Texas to California by plane, and then that was before 9/11, and so after 9/11, I've been too afraid to get on a plane, especially international plane, and so I thought, no, I'll never do it. But then when Alison Moyet said, hey, I'm going to do a tour, and it was in the UK, I thought, I've got to get over my fear. And so that's what I did. I bought tickets. I hopped on a plane. I didn't have a passport. I had to go through that whole process to get a passport. And so Alison Moyet was the reason why I conquered my fear of flying internationally. And I'm so glad she was the catalyst for doing that. And she's wonderful. I went to her show in Folkestone. She was just out of this world, flipping wonderful, and I have plans to go back in April to see her perform at Royal Albert Hall, and I'm just excited about it. And so anyway, she's terrific. Her show in Folkestone was wonderful. I just can't say too. There's just so many things that happened, and they're just. I won't ever forget it. It's just, I felt like Cinderella in Folkestone, seeing Alison Moyet and everybody else who was involved with Folkestone. I had a great time, and actually got to see Emma Kennedy also. She was in Folkestone too, and so it was just wonderful. It was just so wonderful, and just thinking about it, seeing Alison Moyet and seeing Emma Kennedy, and it's just, I just have a smile that just when I think about it, I just can't stop from smiling. And anyway, I was going to tell y'all, I'd never been on a train before, even though I'm from a railroad town. I'd never been on a train before. I'd never been on the tube. I've never been on a subway here in the States, but I don't get on boats. I was on a boat a long time ago, a glass bottom boat in a pond or a little river, but that didn't count. So I met some wonderful Twitter people who showed me everything in the UK. I rode the tube in London to travel to Nottingham, and I rode the trains. And so I was on the boat in the River Thames. I saw the Tower of London. I sat in the chapel where the decapitated queens are buried underneath our feet when I was in there. And anyway, just so many firsts. The trains, the tube, the boats, the just everything. And so I just want to thank y'all for the experience. Everybody in the UK was so polite and so helpful. I had some really kind people who kept me from getting lost. I did fall backwards on the escalator with my big clunky luggage with the wheels. I started to fall backwards and caught myself, and the nice British man in back of me was concerned and asked if I was okay, and he just sounded so angelic, and I told him, yes, I'm fine, thank you. And this woman on the tube taught me how to read the tube while we were in there, and she was going my direction, so she told me to follow her. And I did have an accident when I was leaving Nottingham. The taxi driver took me to the train station, and he parked underneath the parking garage. He left me off there, and I didn't see the parking barrier lift up when he was leaving, so it came right down on my right cheek and knocked my glasses off. Not totally off, but this was Tuesday. No, this was actually Wednesday morning when that happened, and I knew I was going to go to the concert the next day in Folkestone. So I thought, oh no, I'm going to have a big shiner on my cheek. So I asked the woman that worked there, when I ran into her, I said, ma'am, I just got hit in the right cheek by this big old parking barrier pole. Do I have a shiner? And she said, no, you sure don't have a shiner. I'm so sorry. Would you like to fill out some claim forms? I said, no, ma'am. I'm leaving the country in a couple of days. And I said, besides, if I have a shiner, that's okay. I'm a Texan. I can take it. I just wanted to know if I did have a bruise or anything. And I just told her, I said, besides, if I do have one, it's all right. I'll just take it back as a souvenir. So anyway, the cold weather, it kept me from getting a bruise, I guess. I found the cold weather so exhilarating. In all the walking I did in London, my leg almost gave out, but I ignored it, and I kept on going, and it never bothered me. There was a moment the day after I did all the walking in London, when I woke up that morning, and I thought, oh my gosh, my whole body felt contorted, like somebody had just twisted it. And I just remember laying there in bed going, oh my gosh, I have to ignore this. I have to get up. There's too many things to see and people to meet. And I did, and you know what? I was fine. So anyway, I just wanted to tell everybody that I love the UK. I love the people. I love the food. I love the weather, and so that's it. I do miss everybody. I miss being in your country, and I do miss people saying cheers to me. I don't hear that anymore over here. No one says cheers. They just say thank you or hello or whatever it is that we say over here. And it is kind of odd. I got in my car yesterday, and I remember thinking, how odd that I'm driving on the opposite side of the road. So anyway, that's it. So I just wanted to share a little bit on words with you. I'll probably be doing a little bit of writing on my blog for those of y'all who know about my blog. So thanks again, and whoever's watching this, thank you so much. And I just have one last thing. If you have a chance to see an Alison Moyet performance, do it. Buy tickets, go and see her. She's wonderful. You won't regret it.